Welcome back to my channel. And in this lecture, we are going to see how we configure and manage Azure AD Join. So, in this module and lab, we have two exercises. In exercise 1, we will configure and learn how to join Azure AD. In this section, we have actually 5 tasks. In task 1, we will see the different device setting that we need to configure to join as your device to Azure AD. And in task 2, we will actually perform our Azure AD join. And in task 3, we will validate our Azure AD join. And in task 4, we will log in from our Windows to Azure AD as an user. And in task 4, we will see how to remove a device from Azure AD. So let's jump back to our lab environment. So here I have my machine, and I am going to log in from my like another machine. So first of all, guys, I will access intra.microsoft.com, which was previously portal.azure.com. So you need to type https colon double forward slash intra.microsoft.com. You need to enter your credential. And here, if you see, we have we are where on Microsoft Entra Admin Center. And here you see we have devices. And in the devices, we have all devices. And in all devices, you see device setting. There is no devices currently enrolled. So click on the device settings, and here you have users may join device. By default, all users in your organization can join their device to the Azure AD or Entra. Here, all means all the users are permitted to join your Windows 10 or newer devices to Azure AD. Windows 10 or Windows 11 later. But this setting actually does not apply to hybrid Azure AD joint devices. Or if you use or window autopilot or self-deployed, this is not a. Now, require multi-factor authentication. So by default, it is no. If you want, you can specify. How many devices a user can connect? So by default, the number is 50. But you can configure. By default, Microsoft recommend you to keep 20, but you can decrease the number as per your requirement. Now, here you have other settings. So you can see enable Azure AD local administrator password. So you can define whether it is required or not. Here you see this manage additional local administrator on Azure AD Join device. Click on this and no users are there. So you can click on the add assignment, select the user you want. Now Alan or the user you select will be added to device administrators. So let's verify the user is selected, add. So this user is now part of the device administrator group. Click here, save the changes. So guys, we just completed our task 1. Now our task 2 is to perform Azure AD Join. So now guys, we will learn how we actually join our device or Windows 10 machines to Azure AD. So for that, we have to log in from our device, Windows 10 device. So I'm going here. I'm logging to my Windows 10 machine. Now open the setting. And here you have an account. Here you have access work or school. Now you have access work school account. Click connect. And here you see this. Join this device to Azure Active Directory. Join this device to local Active Directory domain. So for us, we want this one. Join this device to Azure Active Directory. Now you have to specify a username. So I'm just using a user, and now we need to specify our password. Oh. You just reset the password. Going back to my machine again. Just wait. Connecting to, you can see your domain, username, user type. Click on join and so you are all set. This device is connected to Contoshow. When you are ready to use this new account, select start button, select your current account picture and switch. Say done. You can see connected by. Just log out, sign out from this machine and sign in back. Now you see this other user. Enter your username and the password. This user will log into Azure AD. Now, after successfully logged in, we can verify the status of our device. So we just need to run a command dsr or dsreg cmd status, and you can check whether the device is connected to Azure AD or not. So we have completed our task 2. Now we are going to validate our Azure AD Join. For multi-factor authentication, currently I don't want size, so that's why I just closed it. if you run your command prompt, type ds register cmd/status. Device authentication status, okay. Azure AD Join, you can see, yes. So you can verify that your device is now connected to Azure AD. Now, if you look here, computer management, and if you look at the local user group and groups, and if you look at the administrator, look at this. Johnny Sherman has been added to this account, the local administrator account. Okay, and there are two more security users or the principals. They have been added to the local administrator's account. But name you cannot see, only you can see the SID. This is one of the SID is of Azure Global Administrator role, and another SID is of the device administrator role. Both SIDs are different. You can see. So when you join as your device, Windows 10, 11, or Windows 10 or later devices to Azure AD, three accounts are added to your local administrator. One is the account which you use to join the device, and second is your global administrator role SID, and third, Azure AD Join device administrators SID. Now, if you check your Azure portal, if you check your Azure portal and if you go back to devices, all devices, and you will see there is one device listed. You can see owner, time, date, activity. So owner, who is the owner, person. So you can check and validate your devices. Now, if you want, we saw how we log in from our Azure AD joined devices. So we logged on as chairman already. So we have performed these four tasks already. And now if you want to remove your device, so you can do that one as well. So just you need to the account. Work in school. And if you see here, disconnect. Yes, disconnect. Enter the password of the local user. Restart. So this is how we actually remove our device or Azure AD Join device. Now guys, we are going to learn our second exercise of our this module. In this one, we will learn how we actually configure hybrid Azure AD Join. So in this exercise, we have four tasks. Task 1, prepare your environment. Task 2, in task 2, we will reconfigure our Azure AD Connect to support our hybrid AD Join. And in task 3, we will configure our hybrid Azure AD Join devices. and then we will verify our registration. These are the four tasks that we are going to learn in our exercise number 2. So let's jump back to our lab environment. First of all, log into your machine, and let me show you some. We have Azure Active Directory user and computer. Here I am going to create one OU, and I say uh, Azure AD devices, or you say clients. Now we are going to move our few computers to this OU. So you can see that we have moved our CL-CL2 machine to this OU. Now we need to configure our Azure AD Connect. So open this and you see this configure. And you have customized synchronization option. Do you see this third option? Customize synchronization option. So next, enter the password of your global admin. So next, let it get verified. Once it is done, we are now on connect your directory. So next, and here you see this domain and OU filtering. Now expand this and you need to select the OU which contains your devices or which you want to configure as a hybrid device. So select the OU and then say next. We are on the optional features. No need to make any changes here. So simply say next. So accept your default configurations and say next. Now click on configure. Configure Azure AD Connect Health Agent for your sync. Exit. And now we need to execute a command. Start AD sync cycle. So just type the command start AD sync cycle hyphen policy type initial. And you can see that it is succeeded. Sometimes you may see some errors, but our result is success, so no issue. It may take time. Actually, it takes around 5 minutes to complete the synchronizations process. So now I'm going to open Azure AD Connect. Figure. Here you see this fourth option. Configure device option. Say next. Hybrid Azure AD Join. Enter the password of your global admin here. Then say next. It's validating your credential. Now here see you have the device options. So in this one, you can see there are three different options. Configure hybrid Azure AD Join, which is the default selected. You have the right back. We will discuss about that later on. Device operating system. So Windows 10 and later. Say next. Service connection point page. So if you have select so and then click on add, and it is asking for your enterprise administrator's credential. So enter the credential and let it get validated. Done. And say next. Say next. And then click on exit. Done. Open your PowerShell and run the command again. Now, let's switch back to our client 2 machine and let us restart this machine. So we are restarting this machine to trigger hybrid Azure AD Join. Now, we are going to log in as the administrator, local administrator. No, domain administrator, sorry. Now we can validate whether this device is Azure AD Join device or not. So we need to run dsreg cmd.slash status command to validate the configurations. Run. Is no. So since it is not running, so we need to again run our command. Let's go with the delta. Let's go back here. Restart the machine again. Login. Now, look at this. Now switch back to the Azure portal and verify the status of our this device. So just refresh this page. Look at this. And what is the status? Hybrid Azure AD. So this is how guys we actually configure hybrid device. Thank you for watching my videos, and very soon we are going to record our next module. If you like this video, guys, please share this link with your friends, with your colleagues, and like and subscribe my channel for latest videos. Thank you.